Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Rosie. My name is Rosie. Today's class is going to be quite a gentle one, but also quite quick in terms of the duration. We're just going to be doing some gentle movements for those days where you want to do something, but not anything too strenuous. So we're going to start off in a seated position. I'm actually going to start off with some side stretches just to kind of gently warm up the body. So you can start to place your left hand on the mat next to you. Your right hand can come up and over. Just so you feel a nice side stretch of your right side body. Back through center, and let's do the other side. So right hand comes down, left arm comes up and over. Let's do it again on the other side. And back over to the right hand side. And back to center. I'm just going to do a gentle twist. So if you place your right hand on your left knee and start to twist your body round to the left hand side. With the inhale, you can lengthen. And with the exhale, you can twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Back to center and place your left hand on your right knee this time. Again, inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. One more time. And back to center. Let's make our way into a tabletop position. I'm just going to move through some cat-cows. So with this position, you want to have your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And you really want your back to be in a neutral spine to start off with. We're then going to inhale, drop the belly and lift your gaze. And with the exhale, look down and curve your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, raise your gaze. And exhale, round your spine and look down through your knees. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Back to neutral spine. Let's bring our right foot to the outside of our right hand. I'm going to use my blocks here. If you have blocks, feel free to use them. Otherwise you could use books, or maybe you don't want to use them at all. But this is quite nice just to bring the floor closer to me. And I'm going to start just rocking forwards and backwards, just to kind of open up my hip and find some movement here. Remembering to breathe. Keeping your spine straight. You don't really want to be curved over here. So try and have a straight spine. Perfect, and we're going to change sides. So put your right leg back, and then your left foot comes to the outside of your left hand. And again, we're just going to rock kind of back and forth to gently open the hip. And back to a tabletop position. I'm actually going to make my way to the top of the mat, so you can stand up and go to the top of the mat. I'm going to run through a sun salutation A. So we start in mountain pose with our feet hips distance apart. With a nice straight spine, chest is open and shoulders are back and hands are down by our sides. Just take a moment here to ground ourselves. Focus on your breathing. Okay, let's exhale. On the inhale, raise your arms above your head. And exhale, fold forward. We're going to have a generous fold in our knees. And we're going to hang here for a little moment. So you might want to hold your elbows. You might want to place your hands underneath your feet You might want to do a gentle twist, so place your left hand down and open up your right side, lifting your right arm above your head. You could try that on either side, so right hand comes down, left hand comes up. On the next inhale, straighten your spine, look forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down and step back into a plank pose. So we're going to stay here for a little moment. Let's stay here for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can either work through a chaturanga or you can lower down your knees and do a half press up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you might like to stay still in downward facing dog. I personally like to pedal at my feet and find some gentle movement. Do what feels good for you today. On the next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees and make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your spine and look forwards. And exhale, fold forward again. Again, we'll stay here for a couple of moments. So either find some movement or you can find some stillness. I'm actually going to use my blocks and keep my legs straight to feel a nice stretch down the back of my legs. So again, if you have blocks, you could try this maybe. Relax your head, your neck. Relax your jaw and your forehead. Wherever you are, on the next inhale, raise up. Arms above your head for upward salute. And then your hands come down by your side for mountain pose. We're going to do a couple of standing poses. So from here, if you step back with your left foot to a warrior 2 position. So your right knee is bent and your right knee is above your right ankle. And your back leg is straight and your back foot is parallel to the mat. Your hips are open and your chest is open and your hands can come out, your right hand in front of you and your left hand behind you. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep your chest lifted. So I like to do a breathing and movement exercise here. So what we're going to do is inhale, straighten your front leg and your arms come up over your head. And exhale, arms come back down, right knee bends. So we're going to do this 4 more times. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. From here, you can place your right forearm on your right knee. Your left arm comes up. If you would like to try a different variation, you can place your hand on a block or on the floor. You might even want to do the binder if you know how to do that. I'm going to use a block today. I'm going to stay here for 5 seconds. Look down to the floor, press back up into warrior 2 position. So from here, we're going to switch to the other side. So you want to rotate your right foot in so that you're facing the sideways. I'm just going to grab my block. And then we're going to rotate your left foot to the back of the mat. Bend your left knee. Make sure that your right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Your left hand comes out in front of you and your right hand comes out behind you. And now we are in Warrior Two on the left side. So again, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Chest is open, hips are open. Remembering to breathe. And then we're going to do 5 of the breathing movement exercise. So on the inhale, straighten your leg, arms come up overhead. And exhale, arms come down, left knee bends. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. You might want to place your left forearm on your left knee and the right arm comes up into the air. You can stay here, or you can maybe use a block, or even lower down, or even do the bind if you know how to do that. We're going to stay here for 5 seconds. Look down to the mat, press back up into Warrior Two position. We're going to pivot the left foot back into the center so that we're facing kind of the side of the mat. And I'm just going to heel toe my feet back together so that they're a little bit wider than hips distance. So hips distance is here. We're going to be a little bit wider with our feet pointing outwards at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to come down into a squat pose. So you might want to place your hands in prayer pose in front of you and start to bend your knees, keeping your back nice and straight until you come down into a squat. Now you might want to use some blocks here. I'm actually going to use both of mine for this pose today. So find what feels comfortable. And we're going to meet in a squat pose. And something I like to do is to press my hands together in prayer pose and press my knees towards my elbows. So there's tension in my hands and my arms, but also in my knees and my legs. Obviously you don't want to hurt yourself, but it's good to feel a little bit of pressure and to strengthen your muscles. When we're ready, we're going to come down and sit on the mat. So now that we're on the mat again, we're going to extend both of our legs out in front of us, and you can just shake them out a little bit. With a nice straight spine, I'm going to inhale our arms up and exhale, fold forwards. So you don't have to touch your toes. I can't touch my toes. Maybe you're touching your knees, maybe your hands are on your thighs or on your shins. Wherever they are is absolutely fine. Next up, we're going to bring our right foot and cross it over our left leg, sorry. Place your right hand behind you and your left elbow on your right knee. And start to twist gently to the right hand side. So again, like at the beginning of the class, you can inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist further. Bring your right foot back down. We're going to do the same on the left side. So bring your left foot over your right leg. Your left hand comes behind you and your right elbow hooks onto your left knee. It's always hard getting the right and left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. and back to neutral. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing, but we're going to move into Baddha Konasana. So you want to bring the soles of your feet together and your knees are splaying out to the sides. If you want to use blocks here, you can do. You can use the blocks underneath your knees for added support. I'm not going to today actually. Oops, and now you have a couple of options. So you can either keep your spine nice and straight and keep your chest lifted and your shoulders back. This is one option. Another option is to place your hands behind you. Lift your chest for a nice heart opener and a bit of a back bend. The other option is to hold onto your feet and gently lean forwards. Now you want to try and keep your spine as straight as possible. You don't want to hunch it over. So keeping your spine nice and straight, you can start to lower yourself forwards and feel a stretch maybe on your lower spine, your hips. You might feel this in different areas of your body, but I personally really enjoy this one if I've been sitting a lot. So wherever you are, we're going to stay here for 10 seconds. Perfect. So making our way back up to a neutral position. We're just going to cross our legs in front of us. If you want to sit in hero's pose, where you're kind of sitting on your knees, you can do that. If you want to lay down, you can do that. I'm going to move into Shavasana. I'm going to do seated Shavasana today, just because I don't really want to lay down, but you do what feels best. We're just going to take a couple of moments here to reconnect with our breath. If you're laying down, you might want to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen. I'm actually going to do a breathing exercise I haven't done in a little while, so you can join me if you want to. We're going to have our fingers touching each other. So the little fingers are touching, the ring fingers are touching, the middle fingers are touching, the pointing fingers and the thumbs. And on the inhale, we're going to open our hands out to the sides. And then the exhale, bring our hands back in together. I find this one really, really calming. And I don't know, it just connects me back to my body and back to my breath. So I'm going to do this for a couple of moments. Do what feels best for you. We're going to be sitting here in meditation in Shavasana for, I don't know, a couple of minutes. So take this time for yourself and do what feels best for you. So wherever you are, start to come back to your breath. Maybe start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe start to open your eyes. Reach your arms above you and have a big, nice morning stretch. Oh. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this short but sweet, hopefully, practice. If you would like to see more videos from me, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel down below using that big red button. You can also give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it. I have quite a few yoga classes now on my YouTube channel, so if you want to go ahead, you can find that playlist. I might leave it linked below as well if I remember. Share this with anybody else who you think might want to practice yoga with me, and have a wonderful day. Bye.